Welcome to Project Tuber. Top 5 tips on how to bounce back from setback. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. Top 5 tips on how to bounce back from setback. 1. Find something you can control, even if it's small. Often when we are struggling, we can feel overwhelmed or powerless. And it's true. There are lots of things in life that we can't control, including big challenges such as redundancy or broken relationships or bereavement. But taking small, positive steps in any area of our life can have a ripple effect, increasing our sense of self-efficacy and eventually enabling us to move forward in the problem area. 2. Focus on what's right. As a species, we tend to focus on what's wrong rather than what's right. Psychologists suggest we develop this negativity bias when we were hunter-gatherers, constantly surveying our environment for dangers. Of course, looking out for risks is still important, but we can benefit from paying more conscious attention to what's going right. In one experiment, psychologists asked people to spend a few minutes at the end of each day for a week, making a note of 3 things they enjoyed, were pleased about, or grateful for that day, and the reason they found these things good. At the end of the study, participants who did this were happier than those who didn't, and this effect lasted for as long as 6 months. This isn't about putting on rose-tinted glasses. It's about a more balanced perspective. Good things happen even on the worst days, even if these are as small as someone making us a nice cup of tea. Yet we often let them pass by without much attention. Psychologists have shown that consciously focusing on these good things helps to increase our experience of positive emotions. Over time, this has a number of benefits for our resilience and well-being, as for example, we become more open to ideas, better at problem solving, and more trusting of others. 3. Check your thinking. Albert Ellis, one of the fathers of cognitive behavioral therapy, wrote that we are remarkably good at disturbing ourselves. In other words, the way we think can undermine our own resilience. Let's look at an example. The way we think when things go wrong in our day-to-day lives. Leading psychologist Martin Seligman found that the way we interpret the causes of everyday setbacks can have a significant impact on our ability to cope, our physical health, and our persistence in the face of adversity. He also showed that we can learn more resilient thinking styles. Seligman looked at 3 key dimensions to our interpretations. Is it down to me? When bad things happen, resilient thinkers tend to focus on causes outside themselves. For example, if they miss a deadline, they will look at the computer issues they had or the other pressing jobs they had to do, rather than only beating themselves up for being late. How long will this problem last? When things go wrong, resilient thinkers see it as transitory, perhaps thinking, "It didn't work this time, but next time it will be better." Someone with a less resilient thinking style might believe it will always be that way. "It didn't work this time, and it's never going to." What other aspects of my life will this affect? When something goes wrong in one area of a resilient thinker's life, they put boundaries around the issue, limiting it to that specific area. For example, "I went the wrong way. I find following directions hard." We can undermine our resilience if we see the problem as spreading out to everything. "I went the wrong way. That's typical of me. I'm no good at anything." This isn't about being unrealistic or not taking responsibility when problems occur, but about being realistic and flexible in our thoughts about why these issues happened. If we are stressed or down, we can all too easily fall into the trap of thinking that everything is our fault, can't be changed, and trouble will spread to all areas of our life. This makes us feel hopeless and can start a downward spiral towards lower resilience and even depression. So the next time something goes wrong for you, pause for a moment and think realistically. How did I, others, or the situation contribute to this? What can I do that will help now or stop the problem occurring again? 4. Ask others to help. When we have problems, it is very easy to feel isolated. We are bombarded by images of people with perfect lives or who have achieved great things, which can make us feel we're not good enough or even ashamed that we are struggling. Remember the saying, "Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle inside," and don't be afraid to ask for help. We all have ups and downs, strengths and weaknesses, and connecting with other people is a source of resilience. Human beings evolved to live in social groups. Our relationships with those around us are really important for our well-being and resilience, and that of our communities. By asking for help, we are showing that we value and respect other people. Scientists are also finding that the act of helping actually boosts the helper's own well-being. Showing our vulnerability makes others see us as human, making them feel more able to ask us for help when they need it, so building the relationship. This helps to increase well-being and resilience for both of you. Your request doesn't have to place a burden on the other person. It could be as simple as asking them to listen, share their experience, knowledge, or ideas to help you move forward, or perhaps make a connection to someone they know. You could even offer to help them with something in return. That could help you too. 5. Distract yourself. It often helps to take time out from the things you are worrying about, even if it's just a few minutes. When we are immersed in a problem, it is hard to think creatively about ways to deal with it. How many times have your best ideas come when you've been in the shower or tidying up? Our brains are amazing organs. They are still working on issues, even when we aren't consciously focusing on them. In fact, allowing time off from the thing we're grappling with can work wonders. An effective ways of taking time out is exercise. Not only does this give us a break from what we're doing and our worries, it's also great for our minds. Anything moderately aerobic, such as jogging or simply a brisk walk, has a physical impact on our brain, helping us to think more clearly. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel before you go. Thank you for watching.